Hey everybody, welcome. I'm already in a live state, so that's pretty good, I guess. Hey everybody, welcome to Family Networking. We've got a few guests with us so far. We've got Lori, who's on the road again because she's just that kind of travel agent, always running around and getting stuff done. Lori is brand new to the program, and it's a great thing to see her here. We're also being joined by the star of Lynn's Day, Miss Sobolski Lynn. And oh, look at this. We got Jason popping in. He's sideways, but we can talk to him this way. Well, no, I can't do that. There we go. There we go. How's it going, Jason? So, uh, we got a decent sized house going on. So what we'd like to do is we'll go on ahead and get started with Lori. Lori, please give us your name, your company, and the question of the day is who can we be looking for in the community that could serve you and help you and your business?
I'm actually at a red light right now. So, hi, I'm Lori Cleverly. I am your All Abilities travel agent, and I help those with visible and invisible disabilities. Can also help anyone that's looking to travel. So, if somebody's wanting to travel for, I know we're pretty much over spring break, but if there's anybody that's wanting a weekend getaway or looking to travel for the summer, whether it's with family or not, just a getaway, whatever. But anybody that's looking to travel, let me know. I'd love to see if I can help them save some money and obviously their time.
It sounds great. And Lori, who can we hook you up with in the community that could help you solve a problem?
That's hard. Um, Giving me more hours in the day.
That one's going to be a little tough. I know a lot of people in the community. I don't know anybody who's got that ability yet. Um, we've got people who can help you try to manage your time in a day, but I don't know about anybody who can give you more hours. So we'll give you a little bit of time to think about it, and then we'll come back to you. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
All right. Next up, we've got the one, the only, the great star of Lynn's Day, Miss Lynn Savolsky. How you doing, Lynn?
I'm doing great, Zach. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're
Hi, everybody.
just getting started. We got Jason back, hopefully. But the question is the same,
Hey,
Lynn. Could
hey,
you please?
everybody. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear anybody. That is why I hopped in and out. So,
Ah,
um, I love you guys, but without being able to hear, I don't feel right being a part of the conversation. So I'll be back when I get this figured out.
all right. Sounds good. Okay, Lynn. Do me a favor. Give us your name and what you're all about in Footnotes Tarot, and then the question is of the week: who in the community can help you solve a pain point or a problem?
Oof, okay. My name is Lynn Sobolski. I am a professional tarot reader in Brooklyn, New York. Footnotestarot.com is my website. That's how you can find me. We definitely don't have time to get into what I'm all about. I'm about a lot of things when it comes to tarot reading. Our tagline is empowerment, making things memorable, making things fun. And so that's what I try to do with tarot is kind of demystify it and make it an interesting and fun experience for people. Let me think, who in the community could help me address a pain point? Was that
Yeah. Yeah.
okay?
Is there anybody in the community we can try to hook you up with that could help you address one of your own pain points?
Um, I think, you know, from a business perspective, my biggest pain point is the fear and fear mongering that surrounds tarot. And so I would say if you are an open minded person in general, even if you've had a tarot reading and it's like not quite your thing, if through listening to these broadcasts, if I come across as a decent human being, Spread the word that I'm out here. Have somebody come to Lynn's Day, third Wednesday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I will answer questions and do readings. And so anyone who feels as though they can present the opportunity for a tarot reading.
Lynn, ironically, I think that you did that very, very well yesterday in our mastermind group when Jordan, a brand new friend of all of ours, met you and he asked you about that because all he's ever seen was tarot on TV. And of course, that's where the tarot card pulls out of a guy's pocket and that means he dies next or
Yeah.
something like that. So, but I thought that you did a wonderful job to explain that. And I know that the community that that you are coming into with my wife, I know that they all absolutely love what you're doing. So hopefully you and Adrian can do some more work together and that'll help in that way. But all right. Well, Lynn, thank you very much, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you
So,
for having me.
Mr. And this guy, seriously, he is talking Zen. He is the best. He is the calmest, the warmest gentleman I've ever seen in my life. Mr. Frank, how you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm doing well. Thank you for that introduction.
Hey, it's true. You talk, and I just kind of. So
You're
it
the
is.
second
It's a.
person today that told me that about my voice.
Well, you
I can't
know.
let it go to my head.
No, no, you let it go to your head. Let it go to your head because it is very, very true. So, Frank, tell us a little bit about you. Introduce yourself, and tell us who in the community we can hook you up with that could help you solve a pain point.
My name is Frank. I have a life coaching, life and career coaching practice, FGM Life Coaching. I'm on all the social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and on Mr. Z's and Zach Clayton's, learning what I can, like, how do they get, you can get to me through them also.
Yeah.
And I work with people that that are going through life changes, career changes, relationship changes, some kind of loss, some kind of dependency on whether it's alcohol or drugs or a codependent. But I can help people, and I work at helping people rebuild their confidence, develop healthy habits, achieve a balance in life. There's plans for each one of those things I mentioned, and business development. I can come up with my experiences. I've had three different careers in my life. I'm 74 years old. So I know how to run a manufacturing business. I know how to run a retail business. I know how to manage real estate. And I know how to manage life's crisis with all those changes I made. So I have developed actionable plans. I'm passionate about what I do, and I use a personal approach. The kind of people that I can help are people that want to be helped, that are willing to step outside their comfort zone. I'm not a therapist, not a psychiatrist, not a doctor. So that alone might make people more comfortable that I'm just a regular guy that's been through a lot in my life. And I have a degree on coaching, and I belong to the International Coaching Federation also. So I take continuing coaching education courses with that. So that's my history, and I can be contacted, like I said, on all the social media. What I might try to do is, I don't know if I can put my card in the chat so people could see it if they'd like to contact me, but
Yeah.
I'm available if anybody wants to do like a one-on-one to get to know each other. I'd greatly appreciate that also. So
Yeah,
thank you very much,
you
Jack.
most definitely should, Frank. And one of the things that I'm going to do is I would like to introduce you to Lori. Lori's one of our brand new partners, and you're talking about grief. Lori would be a great person for you to talk to. Not, I mean, not saying that you're grieving, Lori, but Frank, Lori lost her 3-year-old son, a 3.5-year-old son, to a drowning, and oh, she just dropped off. See, she got mad at me and dropped off. But
Don't do that.
okay, I thought you got rid of me, Lori. I thought you were like going, "Don't talk about me," and ran away. But no, Lori lost her 3.5-year-old son to a drowning in the neighbor's pool, and Lori, Frank lost his daughter was older, but lost
Let
his
me
daughter.
let me let me interrupt you. Today is the 7th anniversary of my daughter passing away.
Oh,
It's also the 44th anniversary of my mom passing away.
wow.
They passed away on the same day. So my grandchildren lost their mom the same day I lost my mom, and they lost I lost my daughter the same day they lost their mom. So, but I'm here. That doesn't define who I am today. That's part of what happened to me in my life that I had no control over.
Frank, I think that's one of the things that makes you so strong and makes you so important to what we're trying to do in everything that we're trying to do, because you could have taken a different path. Lori could have taken a different path. You know, all of us could have taken a different path at something, with something that's happened. But we've proved that, you know what, you can get punched in the gut and stand back up and keep moving. And, I just greatly appreciate it. But yeah, I'm going to send an introduction between Frank and Lori. I think you two would have a wonderful conversation just because you're both great people. So,
Thank you.
and I hope you two have a wonderful conversation, and you're both part of our team, our family. So I'd like to see you guys talk about what you can do together. So now I'm going to mix things up right now, and I'm going to say, Mr. Z, it's your turn, buddy.
All right. Well, great introduction. Hello, world. My name is Z, or you can call me Mr. Z. I run a website called Z World Cares, which allows nonprofits to accept donations, attract sponsors, volunteers, and more importantly, share their mission to Z World at no charge. If you'd like to learn more about Z World Cares, please visit www.zworldcares.org. And the type of people I'm looking to connect with are, besides good people like yourselves, but also founders and board members of nonprofit organizations who want to show Z World that you care. Back to you, Zach.
Well, I got a wonderful introduction to a man that I met today that I think that as soon as he gets me his information back, I'm going to introduce you, and I think that you guys are going to have a wonderful conversation. It was somebody that our friend Tim introduced to me, and Robert was just a fascinating conversation. The guy born in Africa, and I had to make this point. Okay, the gentleman was born in Africa, but then when he became an adult, he apparently didn't like the heat because he moved everywhere cold. Okay, John, you'll kind of get a kick out of this, Santa, because the only place he hasn't lived is like the North Pole. He moved to Minnesota and he's in Canada now. He's lived in Sweden, all these places that are cold, and I'm like going, wow, that heat really affected you, didn't it? So, but Z, also tell us a little bit about Z World Webs, please.
Of course. Yeah, John, interesting guy. Had a great conversation with him and very involved with the United Nations, to my understanding. But with Z World Webs, appreciate you allowing me to plug that in. That also, I'm a web developer and I'm also a consultant. As a web developer, I specialize in developing, enhancing, and of course, maintaining custom websites for nonprofits, veteran business owners, and honest entrepreneurs like yourself. I also provide a free consultation to those who are looking to get started on their brand new website, and to those that have an existing website, but they're just not comfortable with the idea of fiddling around in the back end of their own websites, whether it's WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, GoDaddy, or custom code with or without AI. So if you are looking to enhance, develop, or redevelop a custom ADA compliant website, which is short for the Americans with Disabilities Act, well, let's develop a website the world is waiting for. But more importantly, check out the community that's right over here. Thank you very much, Zach, and back to you, sir.
Well, thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate it. Mr. Z was the sponsor of a video that we did this morning. We're going to start doing a video every morning that has something to do with our partners and with a celebration of the day. And Z, just to let you know, when I find it, I will send it to you. But today's official celebration is Name Yourself Day. You get to give yourself a name that you've always wanted to be called. So if you wanted to be, and it just, I'm not joking on this. All of you who go through Z's thing, he asks you to give him your preferred name. And it fits so perfectly because I was going to choose you anyway as our first partner to do this. But when I saw that, it was just perfect. But yeah, today's the day that you get to take and give yourself the name that you've always wanted to be called. So it just fit perfect. But maybe we'll go back around so everybody think of the name that you would always want, that you always wanted. So next up, we got our friend Mr. Claus.
Forget the beard and the big round gut. Got a little secret, can't keep it shut. This year's chimney drop is a different kind of high.
What is going on here? Oh.
He checks his list, he checks it twice while touching up his roots. Ain't he nice? Slides down the chimney with a wink and a pose. Got glitter on his suit from his head to his toes. Oh, Santa Claus is a blonde beauty, sashaying round the tree.
All right. Well, we'll try it again later. But Mr. Santa Claus.
And here I'm making special videos just for you, and community pay it forward, and I get this kind of respect. I don't know what
nobody else gets that.
Well, I know. I feel real special and honored to be here, of course. Hey, folks, Santa Papa John here, and Zach told me that my stories are now live on his Community Pay It Forward website. That is such an honor, and that's such another blessing because I get to share my happy, positive stories to more people that don't necessarily see it off my website. You can see it on Zach's website. So that's another step forward in the evolution of Santa being able to spread some happiness to more people. And did another big promotion today, folks. You know, when you start arguing with your AI bot, you can come up with some very interesting promotions and ideas. And I went, how does this benefit senior residents of, nursing homes and senior care? And it rattled off a whole bunch of different ideas. And I went, let's make a poster out of this. Let's make a video out of this. Let's make it a promotion because, folks, I'm taking my stories and taking them to nursing homes, senior care centers, assisted living places, group homes with, autistic children in them, and where they would love to hear wonderful stories to put a smile on their face. Because we all know that, those types of residents don't get a lot of interaction. They don't get a lot of reason to smile, giggle, and laugh. So I'm going to share stories and, share some happiness with those types of residents and, anybody that wants to listen. So I'm having fun creating new ideas, and they're not just necessarily about Christmas. What do you want me to do with your video? Do you want everybody to see it, or you want to see it first, Zach, or should I put it in?
Yeah, if you want to go on ahead and share it, Papa, let's put it up.
All right, let's see. How do I share here?
It's the little TV that's like right underneath Frank that has the arrow pointing up. And just to let everybody know, we are teaming Santa with the Community Dare to Care Kids, or sorry, Cub Club. So his show does appear at 6 o'clock East on Tuesdays on all the Pact networks. So you can watch. I believe we played 5 Santa stories last week, and you can watch Santa stories. So gather all your brothers and sisters and come on, and you can watch some of the fun stories that Santa puts out there. And they're not all about Christmas. They're just about caring for others. So that's what makes them very important. So go on ahead and share that again. There you go. All right. Here
Okay.
we go. I'm going to add it to the screen. And then if you
Santa
would,
Papa John
Wow.
coming at you with some exciting.
okay, come on. You can do it. Let's hit it again. Oh, no, it froze on us.
Do I want to maybe put the YouTube link to it?
Yeah, why don't you go on ahead and put the YouTube link up there, and we'll try to work on that later and see
Okay.
what happens. Let's see if I can get this to go now.
He checks his
No,
list.
it's just not going to work for us today. Darn it. I really wanted that to happen too, so badly. So, but hey, everybody, my name is Zach Clayton. Oh, you know what? Before I go, Santa, Warriors Beacon of Hope.
Absolutely. Warriors Beacon of Hope, folks, all about websites are all about our veterans. We love our veterans, and there's some people on here that do work for veterans as well. How I created this website was it was all about I'm tired of being on the waiting list. So I'm compiling a list of services, meetings, and scholarships for our wonderful veterans. So maybe they don't have to wait as long, or they don't have to search as long to find the services that they're looking for. Not saying that the VA is doing a bad job, but let's open the binders a little bit and just give them another opportunity to find some different services.
You know what? We don't have to say that anybody's doing a bad job. There's just never enough help. The VA could be pumping 20 people out an hour. There's still more out there that can be done. And that's the reason why we need to bring awareness to this. I know Lori is going to be working with you to find discounted trips for veterans, and that's extremely exciting because that's 2 of you guys working together to do something to help our veterans. That's really cool.
Absolutely, and I've mentioned that already in a few of my meetings, and people are very excited about it, going, this is very cool. There, I was able to get the YouTube video link into the chat.
All right.
It's about 1 minute and 25 seconds long. And,
Okay, let me see what I can do here. But while I'm trying to do this, I'm sorry y'all are going to see me glow a little bit. And it's not because I'm with child, I don't think. I've just been fat for a while. So, but Lynn, that was a weird face you just gave me. I'm glad that made Lori laugh. Lori, don't drive off the road, please. But yeah, you know what, Santa, I'm afraid that I've got an internet problem. I think that's what's going on here. So, because it's not loading up very fast, I'm going to have to check all my internet connections. But my name is Zach Clayton. I am the president and founder of Community Pay It Forward, the Come Together Compass, and the Pact Podcasting Networks. What we're doing is very simple. We're talking to, right now, you see on the screen 5 of my greatest friends. These are 5 partners of mine. If you shop with one of these 5 individuals, if you do any business with one of these 5 individuals, they give us a referral. It's how a lot of business is done. It's what we've decided together to do with that referral that makes what we do special. Because we're going to take at least 70% of that referral and give it to somebody else. somebody that's asked us for help, and you, the customer, choose where that goes. So all you have to do is visit Frank, Mr. Z, Santa, come to Lynn's Day, check out Lynn's Day, and then buy a session with her. Have some fun, or get a trip from Lori. And here's the other thing that's really important, and this is something that I think is even more important than that. If you have something that you just need to talk about in our fields, our prospective fields, get with us. Because if we can't help, we've got resources that can possibly help you out. There's none of us that are going to turn you away from a conversation. And I'll tell you this, you're going to be better for any conversation that you have with any of these people on the screen. I know that we've had Jason McNamara from No More 9 to 5 Club, and we've had our brother Alan Holmes on the screen. They've had issues staying on the screen. Those are two more gentlemen that work their butts off to make a difference for people in the community. Our mission is simple. We're on a mission to help everyone. We've always been told that we can't do that. You're looking at 6 people who disagree with that. We can help everyone. Because if I help one person and you help one person and we get together and Lynn helps us help one more person, by the end of the day, millions have been helped. So let's get together. Let's do this. You can get a hold of me at communitypayupforward.us. communitypayupforward.us, or you can contact anybody on the screen and they can make an introduction, just like I can make an introduction to anybody on the screen right now. So how you can help us. Right now, our country's going through a very, very tough time. We're either at war or we're not, depending on who you talk to. There's a lot of people spitting venom at the men and women who are spending time away from their families right now following orders. Stop. Those men and women have families that need support. They need support. They're away from their jobs, from their friends, from their families. We should always remember everyone deployed. If you go to communitypayupforward.us and you look on a lot of the pages up top, there's a little banner that says, get your Red Friday shirt here. Every Friday, wear red for me. That's all I ask. Every Friday, wear not for me, wear it for our troops, for the ones who are deployed, for the ones who are away from their families, for the families who have them, who are missing them dearly, for the moms who are sitting there with young kids having to do everything because their husband, their wife is across the sea. Let's get together. Let's show solidarity for our troops. It's not for any political party. It's not in support of the war. It's not for any particular religion. This is something that affects all of us. So let's get together and do this. Please visit our website, get up there, and wear red tomorrow and every Friday for Remember Everyone Deployed. So let's, Lori, Lori, I'm going to wait until you hopefully get somewhere where you're not driving, because I think you got kids in the car now. So, okay, yep. Lynn, let's, what is something that you have that's coming up that's new and exciting? What is something that that you are going to try that's going to excite people around you?
When do I have to try it?
Well, you know, depending on what it is, it could boost rank viewership. But I'm going to say, you know what? Just do you have anything planned that you're excited about? Do you have anything upcoming?
I do, and it definitely ties into family networking in this group. I am learning mediumship. And so, from my perspective as a tarot reader, do I, see and hear ghosts, crossed over spirits, however you want to refer to them? Yeah, sometimes. But it's not an experience that I have actively sought out in a deliberate way. And of course, it's a lot different reading tarot at a party than contacting someone on behalf of someone who's grieving. And so there's, people think if you're intuitive, oh, you can just do one thing, you can do another thing, you can do another thing. And while that may be sort of true intuitively, the part about, helping the client have a good experience, I think every business owner knows that's like at least 80% of what you're doing if you're, a client-centered kind of person. So I am reading books, I'm watching videos, I'm doing networking, I'm doing my own kind of meditation and sessions with spirit. And I don't know how long that process takes before I would be ready to sit with someone and, be authoritative in that way. But it is something that I'm very excited about and see a lot of positive potential for.
Well, all I know is about, well, I know you know one person very, very well who could help guide you through that, and she can introduce you to many, many people. And the one thing that I've always found interesting about mediumship is if you believe what is being said, in which I'm beginning to more and more feel like I believe a little bit more than I ever did before. You always, as a human being, you get that feeling that if you're talking to someone who is no longer walking the earth, but you still know that they're with you, if you concentrate hard enough, you can hear them talking to you still. And that's supposed to be a part of mediumship, is that you can still feel what they're saying to you. You can still feel the answer that they're going to give. You can still feel that warm touch on the shoulder from, like your grandpa who's been gone from this earth for many, many moons, you know. So it's where sometimes, yes, it might be a little hokey, might be a little funny. There's a little bit of mediumship in everyone, and I just think that you really got to look at it on how hard do you want to believe.
I agree,
So
Zach. And one thing I'd like to add is that, for people who are able to sense the presence of spirit, people can do it in different ways. Some people get a visual, some people get, a sound or a message or a voice. Some people get smell or, just flashes of color. They're all different ways that people can experience that. And so, if you believe that people are just kind of transferring energy forms after they pass on. You can communicate with spirits, your family members who have passed on at any time, at any moment. And you can say, for example, hey, I would be much more comfortable smelling the perfume that you used to wear versus feeling some random touch on the shoulder. Like me personally, I would go right through the roof. So this is a thing that I have to work through for my line of business. But just to let people know that it's okay to just speak out loud the boundaries that you feel comfortable with. And if you believe that you're speaking to someone who loves and cares about you, then of course they're going to respect them.
yep, it is. It's and like I said, it truly is something that I I didn't ever believe any of this stuff until I married into this world. But I don't discount anything. I'm not going to tell you something doesn't exist until I know for sure it doesn't. And I don't think that I don't think I'm ever going to discount mediums, because who in the hell am I to say that they don't know? So but uh, Lori, are you ready, or are you still driving? She's talking to kids. Hey, Frank, I know that you usually have to bounce off, so why don't you go on ahead and go next? Do you have anything exciting that you're going to be doing here pretty soon, or exciting coming up?
I do. I do. Next week, I have my first call with the ICF, the International Coaching Federation, to I volunteer to do pro bono coaching work. That's all I know right now, but I put my name in, I registered, and I got an email that first call we're going to have, and it's not a coaching call. I'm assuming it's a call to outline what we need to do or how we're going to get the people like that. So I'm excited about that.
That sounds wonderful.
That's
That
it.
sounds wonderful. Please keep us updated on what happens and what goes from that. Lori, let's go ahead and bring you on and ask you: do you have anything coming up that you're excited about? Nope, she's looks like she got busy again. So Santa, what about you? What do you got exciting that's coming up? And I know that you're working on something very special. So
You know, I had a wonderful conversation with my chatbot, and it said, "Hey, I'm missing out another golden opportunity with my stories." And I said, "Please explain." And I went, "Okay, so my story about my polar bear that loved to hug everybody and everything, it said, you know, you could take some of these videos, you could take some of these suggestions, and you could create life lessons out of it. For example, life lesson number one was, hey, if you're going to hug someone, ask first.
yeah,
You know, Life Lesson Thursday. I've got one coming up right after this. I'll be posting another one. It's been a crazy day already. But you know, the simple thing is, we sometimes forget to do the common sense things, and it's all about common.
I've I got
I know
polar
you're.
bears everywhere.
I know you're deprived, and you living down in a dungeon, and you don't get to see people very often. I understand, Zach. You know, it's okay that we all of us in this meeting know you well enough to understand that you like to hide down in your little cubby hole.
I
Lynn,
just I just turn around and I just turn
what do
around
you
and on
even
my
say to
walls I've
something
got
like
so
that,
many
Lynn? I
bears
mean,
and
are you
polar
not
bears.
in agreement with me? Does he not need, maybe some, leather couch help that,
Yeah.
maybe someone can talk?
You know, I don't have all the answers. I throw up my hands.
So, Mr. Z, what do you have exciting that's coming up?
Ugh, every day is a new excitement for me. Meeting new people, connecting with others, doing good. Uh, mm, I'm gonna stay in my dungeon. That's what I'm gonna do. That's all I got. I can't top what you're all doing with tarot cards and IBOs and coaching and telling stories and traveling. I'm just living the
Yeah.
dream.
Well, what's the latest book you've read, and what did you learn from it? How's that?
Oh,
Because I
that's
know you're a voracious leader, a reader. So
I wish I was a voracious leader like you are, Zach, and everyone else here too.
I don't read at all. I start reading and I fall asleep,
He reads. He only reads things that has lots of pictures, Mister Z. Come on, we know that story already.
and they've got to be black and white pictures so I can color them.
Very good.
It's a good thing
Well,
I was going to say something else.
I'm looking at my bookshelf and I'm trying to think of the last book that I read. It's been quite a month. Um, we're just taking care of things, but I do want to say the book that I plan to read eventually is the Book of Titans by Tim Ferriss. And I will just pull that up right now. So you're going to see my ugly background. So I plan to read this if I could show this. Well, it looks like I'm making this up. So,
That looks wonderful. It's a red book, and it probably says Book of Titans.
yeah, there it is. It could, so,
If you touch
just
your
a
nose,
couple of pages here and there, I plan to get that going. But fun read, and here it is.
Oh,
Tools of
Tools of Titans.
Tools of Titans. Maybe I got that wrong. So I plan to read this if I ever get some spare time, and I'm trying to show the subheader. So that's it. That's all I got.
Well, as
Nothing
thick as that,
special.
yeah, as
Yeah.
thick as that book is, that's about a 3-year read for me.
Oh, come on. It's
So
it's it's great.
I listen to books all the time. I've listened to over 700 books, but I just can't read. I don't know what it is. I always get that feeling, and this is something that I probably should really work on. But when I read, I always get that feeling there is something else I could be doing right now. I always get that feeling, and it's annoying. But I the next
You
thing I
to
know,
be able to relax to read.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably it.
I read a lot, and it took me a long time to teach myself how to read.
You know,
Right.
you're probably right there. I don't think I'm ever relaxed enough to read, or I simply fall asleep. I do.
That's okay. When you learn how to read, you won't fall asleep. And when you have a book you really like, it's like watching a movie.
That is true, Frank. There have been 2 books that I started reading, and the next thing I know, it was Monday morning, and I was like, oh my god. And one was a fiction book, and one was not. And one was about Sonny Barger, the founder of the California chapter of the Hells Angels, and I ended up reading that book in like a weekend, which still, hey, look, for me that's amazing. Most people are like, well, I got through that in an hour. So, but it had big words like there and him and stuff like that. So I got confused, but no, yeah, when I do have a book like that, I do. And it's really, I think it also has to do with mindset. I just need to clear my mind and clear my schedule and say, you're not doing anything but this. So,
May I say
but
something about? I
sure.
hate to interject, but
No.
there's no shame in listening to an audiobook while reading at the same time. I see it as
That's right.
training wheels for those who
That's
want to
right.
get started into getting reading. Thank you, Frank, for that. But personally, I got hooked on phonics on a really young age. I mean, before your time, so I can't stop getting hooked on phonics. So it's just to each his own. People like to listen to books. I can't do it. I got to see something to learn. But I don't want to take away from this conversation. But I agree with Frank. You got to relax. You got to enjoy what you're reading, and if you're reading something that's out of this world, if it's fiction or nonfiction, it keeps you awake. Um, you're going to enjoy reading. Once you get hooked on those phonics, you just can't stop. You're going to start reading at 8 p.m. at night, and then realize it's 3 a.m. in the morning. But to each his own. And I think there
Yeah.
are plenty of audiobooks online on YouTube, unless Penguins Clearinghouse doesn't violate any, close any videos because of copyright issues. But I know
Yeah.
a place.
I know my son Justice is like you, Z. He by the age of 2, he would pick up the newspaper that I would take the sports page out and just leave on the table. Justice would pick up the newspaper and read the newspaper. At the age of 2.5, 3 years old, he would read that whole thing. He was reading Harry Potter books by 5. I mean, the entire books by 5. So, and he got that from his mom, without a doubt. I mean, she could sit down and read a novel in a day. She really could. So, and it's never been something that, I don't mind telling stories. And like I said, I love listening to them. I would be in all kinds of confusion if I was listening and reading one at the same time. I, I don't know if I'd be able to keep up as fast as they were narrating. So I would be in a lot of trouble there. But, so, hey, Lori, are
Yeah.
you able to go yet?
Yeah.
All right. Lori, do you have anything coming up that is exciting you or making you want to share with people that's going to be a game changer or something?
Yeah, so 2 of my kids currently go to an autism charter school here in Arizona, and next Saturday they have their fundraising gala, and for nonprofits and things, I like to donate trips and for this, and so that is next Saturday, and it's and so do that in the last, I think this is their the third one they've done, and the last two I've helped raise over $10,000 each year.
Amazing.
So I like to give back, and so I'm excited to see how I am able to impact my kids' schools and their community. And the schools here in Arizona have 1,000 kids on the wait list, and the goal is in the next 5 years to get all 1,000 of the current kids on the wait list, get those 1,000 kids into actual schools with teachers and things
Wow.
like that. So I love
That's
supporting
amazing.
those things.
That is amazing. Congratulations on that. So, it's really kind of funny that we are talking about books, because one of the things that I'm doing is somebody challenged me to write, and it kind of scared me when he said this, but he challenged me to write my manifesto on why I do what I do. So I've been taking, and like you, Papa, I've using the old chat GPT and say, give me some questions that's going to help me do this. And I've been going back through the old way back in time machine and started to remember things from when I was a kid, and it started to bring some stuff up. So
You're in
you know,
Chisel?
yeah, chiseling a rock. I mean, I got
Yeah.
some I got some sandstone around here somewhere that's got some writing on it, but yeah. So it's got the paintings on the walls is what it is. So, but being as old as I am, but yeah, it's really kind of neat because it does. I do find myself answering a question, and it really brings up, wow, okay, so that makes sense on why I do this now, and why this is so important to me, and it's really kind of neat. So, but Frank, I can tell you're just about ready to leave. So let me ask you one more question before you go. And oh, I didn't hear you.
I have a 7 o'clock appointment.
Okay, just one more question for you, Frank. Is there anything that we can do to help you? And is there anything that you would like to? Can you please give us your website?
Yeah, it's frankmonteforti.com.
All right. And
It'll
I
take you
will
right there.
tag all. I will tag all the websites on there. Is there anything that we can do to send people your way? Are you looking for anyone?
Whoever you want to send, go from there.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
I cannot wait to introduce you to Lori. I think that you two are going to have a great conversation. And I'll also introduce Lori. I'll introduce you to Lynn. I think you two will have a lot of fun too. So, but thank you, Frank. We appreciate you joining and being part of the family. So
Thank
we'll
you.
see you next time.
Thank you.
So, Lynn, can you please promote your website? And can we send anybody your way? Who would you like us to send to you?
I really liked Frank's answer on that. Just send whoever, and I'll figure out what to do with them when they arrive.
I know some weird people. I mean, I know Papa John, so I could send you him. I don't know if you can handle him.
I think I can. I think I can, but we'll find out.
Yeah, I'd
The
hate to lose friends over this.
nah.
Wouldn't happen. Nah, wouldn't happen.
I mean, I haven't read a celebrity before, like to do a reading for Santa Claus. That's I feel like we got Santa Claus and then Taylor Swift. They're kind of like in the same famous circle.
Ooh, to be included in that conversation in the same in the sentence. I am really special now.
Do you see those blonde hairs perk up? Oh my God. He was like, woo!
Well, I'm
So,
glad you didn't say at least, Zach or something like that.
yeah. She's read for me and she was like, wow, you're a mess. So, and your website, Lynn.
The website is footnotestarot.com, and it was created by the incomparable Mr. Z. And I will say that if you think you're some kind of weirdo, as I definitely do myself, Mr. Z is really great at asking those questions that Zach was just talking about to help you narrow down who you are and what is your mission or your manifesto or your zine or whatever we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to get him to talk. Da-dum. So, Lori, can we get you to please share your website and then who can we send to you?
So my website is L Clever Adventures. You gotta have the L for Lori. So L Clever Adventures. And anybody obviously that wants to travel, but I'm also looking for guests to be on my podcast. I had my 5th episode today, and so I am always looking for guests on my podcast, and we talk a little bit about you, and then we talk about travel. So would love to have anybody on.
That's fantastic. Lori, we ought to get together and maybe I can play your podcast here on the Pack channel. I'd love to have you on the Pack channel. Just, you know, get as many of the family members as we can on here and talk about it.
I'm working on it, so I'll have to say I'm working on it. But yes, I will.
Hey, you know what? We're always working on it. That's the thing. The day that one of us gets it figured out, all of us will benefit. That's kind of the way that I see it. So,
Yes, absolutely.
but, well, thank you, Lori, for joining us. Mr. Papa John Santa Claus himself. Let's
Everything
do
is
the websites.
Everything is santapapajohn.com or Santa Papa John on all the social medias. And hey, you guys know it. Activity directors for nursing homes, senior care, group homes. Those are my big intros right now. I had a wonderful conversation with a young lady from a nursing home in Iowa, and they're very excited to maybe get this thing going and get the plan rolling. So, hey, door number 1 has been opened up, and the conversation was great. So we'll continue on to keep knocking on those doors and seeing what we can do with this to create some more smiles and giggles and laughter.
Hey, Santa, what about like grade schools for next year, or the beginning of next school year? What about getting people lined up to where maybe you can read books for first graders, kindergartners, preschool kids?
Yep, absolutely. Love those kind of connections and love those types of conversations, and we'll see where they can go. You know,
Yeah,
Lori's
yeah, you saw that too.
Clever Adventures is sponsoring a PTA event for Santa to read, and they asked when I wanted to do it. So Santa and I need to get together and figure out a couple of dates that would work for him, maybe on a Thursday. And Clever Adventures is gonna have a story time for all of the PTA for the charter schools that 2 of my kids go to.
and that's what collaboration is all about, folks.
That's it. That's it. So
Absolutely.
working together. Warriors Beacon of Hope. How do people find out more?
Same thing, warriorsbeaconofhope.com. They can get a hold of me through there, or they can find me, and I post videos and stuff about that as well. So check it out, and don't hesitate to ask questions or offer suggestions on how to improve it. I'm no specialist, but I always am accepting critical conversation on how to improve, because that's what we all do to make ourselves better, is we accept critical suggestions and ideas.
Yep. Yep. And finally, Mr. Z.
Yes, sir. And before I plug myself like a weirdo, I want to say thank you, Lynn, for the kind words. It was a pleasure working with you. And if it wasn't for Aviva, who is the master active listener, who's been helping me since day one of learning from her, we wouldn't have met. But Lynn is definitely the tarot card reader you want to talk to. She makes the process so simple that an elephant can understand, from collarbones to brains to whatever is out there in the universe. And I thank you, Lynn, for helping me understand that there's a lot more. There's more than just than zodiacs and stars, because you are definitely the star that makes us feel like winners. So thank you for your tarot card reading, because it's not just about the cards, it's about where you see yourself going, and you don't have to have all the answers to move forward. So thank you, Lynn, for your patience, and more importantly, for all the strawberries that you constantly give. It's way better than hiding in a field of tall grass. So you can find me at actually, you can find me at the Community Pay It Forward website at communitypayitforward.us/Z World Webs. Right over here, folks. Thank you very much. And proud to be a partner and a community person with great people like yourself, Zach, Santa, Lori, Lynn, General Allen. I think Jason too. But he's good people as well. And if there's anyone watching here, join the community, because we can all pay it forward so you don't have to go through it alone. And that's all I got. Thank you, everyone. It's always great to be here. Back to you, Zach.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Let me get that out of your face. It kind of blocks your face there. But yeah, you'll notice that I've been putting up little QR codes on all of our partners. That'll take you directly to their page. I'm gonna try to figure out how to get those in the after the show, get them to you. But you will be able to find the connection to them, because they will be tagged, all of their information, so you can get a hold of them. One of the exciting things that we've got going on, we've got a wonderful blanket that was donated by Dignified Dementia. And we've also got a beautiful book set with a hand-painted wand. This book set is about neurodivergent and overcoming neurodivergence. And we just got through March, which is Brain Injury Awareness Month, and that's something very special to a lot of us, partly because, I've had the TBI, and neurodivergence is unfortunately something that, well, it's not unfortunate. We all are a little neurodivergent. Every single one of us has something to deal with. So every single one of us is different. It doesn't matter who you are. There's no reason, there's no need to try to compare yourself to anyone else, because you're not anyone else. You're yourself. And every single one of us struggles to learn in certain ways and excel in learning in other ways. And nothing can change that. But this book about neurodivergence is really pretty cool. So please go on ahead and check that out. But if you go to communitypayitforward.us, it's one of the first things that you can learn right there. This is all about the Come Together Compass. The Come Together Compass is the newest way that we're going to try to succeed in our goal to help everyone. It is something completely different than anything else that's out there. It's in a huge, huge partnership with Warrior Beacon of Hope and Z World Cares. We are partnering with them to make sure that no one gets left alone. Because you know what? There's no reason for anyone to be alone. We're at a point where no one needs to be sleeping on the streets anymore. We've got enough money, we've got enough care, and damn it, all we need to do is have a little bit of action. So let's get to work, let's make things happen. So, all right, let's go through this really quick. Lynn, what would your name be?
Fred Smith.
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Yes.
Okay. Cecilia. I don't think I would have seen that coming, but okay. All right. So, Lori, if you had your druthers, what would your name be?
I know what I tell my kids, Dad.
That's kind of funny. I think I always told my kids I'd want to be Mom. She gets away with more stuff than Dad ever did. So, Santa Papa John?
Not in the Chance.
Okay, do the question. What kind of name am I coming up with?
Yeah, today is make up your own name day. If What do you wish your name? Like when you were a kid and they first told you your name, or somebody was making fun of your name, and you were thinking, God, I wish I was a Chester or something like that.
You
What would
know,
your name be?
I've never thought of that because I've always liked the name John, and it's been kind of cool. And now I've got a whole new name of Santa Papa John. So, I get to, Santa comes with, Saint Nicholas, and there's like 1,000 different names to go along with that, and I can answer to them all. So I'm okay with what I've got for now. I'm kind of cool.
All right, Mr. Z.
Oh, you're too kind, and I forgot to mention Frank's name too, as one of the kind people here. I'm gonna go with Zordon.
Zoran.
Actually, Zordon.
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 Okay.
Yes, that's all I
Explain.
got.
Oh.
Well, let's just say I feel Mighty Morphin right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's all I got.
All I know is
All
I
colors.
don't think I could make up a name. All right. I've always liked Zach.
You
I
could
just
probably
know
give a
this.
few suggestions, but there's ladies on the screen.
I've probably been called that by many people. So, but the one thing that I know I would not name myself is Zachary. So if you ever call my phone looking for Zachary, expect me to hang up on you because Zachary does not live here. So I know every bill collector in the world calls our house and asks for, is Zachary there? Nope, he sure the hell isn't. We're done. We're gone. So Zachary's not here. Hey everybody. Thank you for joining us on Family Networking. We invite you to join us next month. It's the second Thursday of the month. It starts at 6 p.m. East. This is it. We get together, we have some fun, we have great conversations. You do not have to be a family member, okay? This is for anybody. This is for everybody. We want you to be a family member eventually. Come join us. Probably shouldn't have done that, but it was fun anyway. But look, this is all about giving. It's all about caring. It's all about receiving. We want to be there to help everyone. So please come and join us next month for Family Networking. Lori, thank you for joining us. Lynn, thank you. Mr. Z, thank you. Santa Papa John, thank you. Please remember on Wednesday of next week, we've got Lynn's Day, who's going to be giving free readings at 6 p.m. East. 8 p.m. East. Sorry, 8 p.m. East. See, at least I didn't say Thursday this time. She's going to be giving free tarot readings. So if you've never had a tarot reading, if you just want to see what it's like, tune in. It's on all of the pack channels. So, tune in. Just have a little bit of fun. It's a great time. It's no pressure. All you got to do is type your question into the chat and we read it off. So, and then the following Wednesday, you're going to be seeing, okay, Aviva checked in, and Veronica would be her name. Veronica was my invisible friend twins, so that's the name. There we go. So and ironically, I was just about ready to talk about you, Aviva. The following Wednesday, you are going to see Lynn and Mr. Z joining Aviva on the Aviva podcast. So for her second episode. So, but for all of us, to all of you, please remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Love you all. We'll see you next month. Bye.
Cheers.
Thank you. Great job.